In 15 minutes, what started as a fun weekend of deer hunting turned into a desperate search for Vladimir Ivanovic. Recently, scent dogs and kayakers continued the search for the 58-year-old carpenter and father near the campground where he was last seen.
Hello beasts! In today's video, we are going to cover the strange disappearance of Vladimir Ivanovic. Vladimir would go missing in Michigan, in Menominee County, on a yearly deer hunting trip. This is a very strange disappearance due to his experience in the outdoors and some of the evidence found. With that said, let's jump into the case. The yearly deer hunting trip had come around, and Vladimir, his brother, and another relative set off to a campground that Vladimir was very familiar with, having camped at that same spot every time and hunted in that area for 14 years. The three arrived at the Cedar River State Forest Campground on the Big Cedar River just after 3 p.m. on November 13th. They set up their canvas tents, and at around 10 p.m., Vladimir left his tent in a light black thermal jacket, gray thermal pants, and Crocs shoes. He also had his headlamp, wallet, and keys with him. Ivanovic's brother and other relative thought he was making a quick trip to the cooler outside of his tent, or his truck just parked feet away. But after 15 minutes and Vladimir had not returned, the two began searching for him in the immediate area. Unfortunately, they could not find him. A family camping close by said they saw Vladimir walking up the road leading away from the nearby Cedar River, potentially headed to the campground outhouses or campground pay station. At 11 p.m., the Menominee County Sheriff's was notified that Vladimir was missing near the banks of the Big Cedar River. They came in and conducted a grid search and checked the riverbank using scent dogs, horses, drones, and a helicopter. The river stretches all the way to Green Bay, Wisconsin, leaving a very large area for the authorities to have searched. 3 days later, Vladimir's Crocs shoes were found in an area that was heavily searched before and were found next to each other, which is very unlikely that they floated together through all the log jams. Tests were conducted with other Crocs found that they would not float together in this way. The family believed that they may have been placed there to throw off the search. The area of where the shoes were found was south of the campsite, but a Croc shoe print on freshly fallen snow was found north of the campsite, which is where a search dog had also found a scent trail for Vladimir. Doesn't seem like this evidence led to anything, since no new information has come out and Vladimir was not found. It seems odd that an experienced hunter could just seem to disappear while knowing the area very well. It's hard to speculate on exactly what happened to Vladimir, but let's jump into the theories. Theory 1 is what the authorities seem to think happened to Vladimir, and that he became lost and fell and drowned in the Cedar River, or perished due to the elements. This seems unlikely due to the fact that Vladimir was so experienced in the outdoors and had been camping at that same spot for 14 years, so you would think he would know the area very well. He had his headlamp with him, so he would have had light if he did need help seeing around. He was known as the Camp Father because he was very persistent about safety precautions and was cautious of rivers. He also was reported walking the other way of the river towards the campground outhouses or pay station, and the road was paved he was walking on, so it would be even harder to get lost. Theory 2 is that foul play was involved. Vladimir's daughter addressed this and said that he was driving up there in nice trucks and maybe someone had noticed. The area where Vladimir went missing doesn't see too much crime, but you never know. And Vladimir's daughter had said there were 2 other people that went missing around the area that Vladimir disappeared. Also, it seems like the Croc shoes were placed south of the campsite, maybe to throw off the search, like the family had thought, because all the other evidence proving Vladimir was there at one point was north of the campsite. If someone had done something they knew to attack when Vladimir was alone and had nothing to protect himself with.
Maybe somebody saw, he had Illinois plates, nice trucks were coming up there, maybe just to mug him. He was going to the pay station, most likely with his wallet.
Theory 3 is that something more strange happened to Vladimir. I've covered hunting cases like these before, and they are very strange. He had so much experience in the outdoors and was careful, but just seems to vanish after being seen walking up the road of the campsite 2 days before deer season. We may never know what happened to Vladimir, but hopefully some new information will come out, leading to the discovery of Vladimir. At this point, it's very unlikely that Vladimir is still alive, but he left behind a very big family, and I hope they find closure one day. This is still an open investigation, so I'll leave links in the description of the video to report any important information about this case to the right source. Let me know what you think happened to Vladimir and your thoughts on this disappearance in the comments. Please like and subscribe.
He has 12 godchildren, which is, in our culture, a really big deal because nobody has more than like 2 or 3. He has 12. Loves life. Had a lot of plans going forward.